I'm here with a different video. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to replace your button for LB or RB for your controller for Xbox One. And if you have an issue when you press down on the button here, it doesn't do any clicking, or if it even does, but it doesn't apply in the game. So this video is for you. So first thing first, we're going to flip it over. You're going to remove the battery cover. Right under the battery cover here, you gotta open this plastic, rip it apart to access the screw right underneath. And the second one is to remove these side covers. You wanna grab with your fingernails, just like this, and you wanna just open it like a can opener. Just pull it up really hard, and it will come out. Same thing for the other side. Put it right there, and then pull it out really hard. There we go. Once we remove this, we gotta remove 2 screws on each side and the screw in the middle. This is a Torx screw. So remove the one in the middle. Remove the side. Remove this other one over here. Alright. Now that we remove this one, we can just remove the top plate. Put top plate to one side. As you can see, the button is right here, so we're gonna replace this one right here. They're supposed to have a little cushion back here to have a little support on them, but the cushion is not here, so we're gonna actually try to modify and put a cushion right there. So how do we get to that one? Pretty easy. First, we're gonna lift up these 2 triggers here, plastic, so we can remove the top plate, and we can just remove this plate right there. Also remove this one so you don't lose it. Now we can actually remove the back one too. Just lift up. Remember that in here there's these 2 battery connectors. When you put it back in, make sure it doesn't go over on the other side. It must go inside. So let's see if we're gonna replace this one. This one goes all the way back. So we gotta remove the solder joints on these 4 legs right there. In order to remove it, what we need is a solder station. We need a flux. I'm using a RMA-218 flux. Just grab a little bit. They come in a syringe too. So let me see which one was it. This one. We're gonna apply a little bit on top. What the flux does, it blends the temperature for the soldering, so it melts at the lower temperature. So what we want to do, you want to pick up a little bit of solder right on the tip of the solder station, and we're going to mix it with the old one. Now, before I work, I like to put a working towel underneath. So now what we're going to do, we're going to find tweezers, and we need a wick, solder joint remover. So we're going to apply a little bit of I put a flux right on the back end of this one always. It makes the job a little easier. So what we want to do, as you guys can see it, let me zoom in. So we want to remove the joints, so we're going to heat it up. Okay. All right, so I removed the excess of the solder right there, so you can see it's cleared up. So I cut the tape a little bit. I'm gonna do a second pass. Remove as much as I can. So let's do a second pass. So you can see the button is already going to the other side. So that's if it comes out. Oh, actually came out pretty easy. So there we go. All right, now that we remove the old button, as you guys can see, it doesn't do any clicking or anything like that. So we're gonna get the replacement one. I got a few here. I'll leave the link in the description. Just grab the new one. As you guys can see, this one does do the clicking. So what we want to do, we want to place it in the same position. Put it down in. The legs are a little bended, so then there we go. It's right in place. Now that we have it in place right there, so I'm going to hold it with one finger right there quickly. And it's crucial to add a flux right there. Just add a flux on the pins. And now we're going to grab the soldering station. We're going to grab a little bit of the solder right on the tip of the solder. And we're going to put it right there. There we go. On every one of them, there are 4. So put it right there. There we go. Now the last step is to grab it and clean up the paste right there. So we need to remove the flux. To remove the flux, you need to grab a little working towel with an alcohol. You can go ahead and just rub it off. And there we have it. So nice joint right there. Now there we have it. So what we need to do is to grab the button, the sync control button right there. And you need to grab the bottom cover, place this one right there. Not like this, it's the other way around. There we go. And we need to pull the triggers backward. Place the bottom side where the USB jack is. Then hold it like this and then move these triggers right underneath. So as you guys can see, this one over here, this plastic has to go underneath. So I lift it up and twist a little bit, it goes right underneath. Now you're gonna pull up there, and there we go. So there is the click. You guys can see right there, and the right click. There we have it. That's how you repair. And now, if you want to put a little bumper right at the back to give a little support, you can do it. You can just cut down a piece of rubber or any type of rubber, and you can just place it right at the back so it can give you a little support. So I have this kind of hard rubber. So I'm gonna cut it down, and you're gonna place it right behind it. It's too. I'm gonna cut a little better. I'm gonna cut it a little bit more this way. There we go. Now, that right there is going to give a way better support. So I'm going to do that for both. It's not a really hard job, but using a solder station is not too hard. So alright. There we go. Now, the last step is grab the top faceplate, put it right on top, flip it over, grab the bottom cover, make sure the battery connector is right inside, pull the triggers backward a little bit, and now put the 4 screws. The screw in the middle goes first, and then the rest. So place that one in, grab the one on the right, there we go. Now to put the top and back place, so just grab it, align it, make sure it's nice and aligned, and then you just want to snap it in place, just like that. Same thing for us. Just put it right on top and then push it down. And the last thing is to put the bottom battery cover. I hope you guys like this video. If you guys liked it, click that thumbs up button. If you have any questions and any requests, you know where to leave them. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.